What's up, YouTube? This is JSBN St. Patrick with another manga to discuss. This week, we gonna talk about One Piece Chapter 1190. Now, quick recap of the last chapter because there was a break this past week. Emu was pretty much stomping Luffy throughout the whole chapter. That's pretty much all that had to be said. And right when he was about to deliver a fatal blow, Gaban came in and saved the day, and that pretty much can catch you up. Now, with this chapter, Gaban and Emu, they trade a couple of blows when Gaban makes a comment on Emu's form. He said he doesn't even seem to be of this world, which I think we can all agree, just the way he looks like a whole devil with horns and the wings on him. He doesn't probably look like he should belong here, even with all the wacky devil fruits that we already have. But Emu, he asks who Gaban is, and Gaban, he just simply responds, he's someone who understands the world, which we can kind of assume from his time traveling with Roger and going to different places and even going to Laugh Telling, figuring a bunch of stuff out. Gaban stops fighting Emu for a second and he turns to face Luffy. And funny enough, throughout all of this, Emu kind of just lets it all happen. And Gaban, he starts tearing into Luffy. He berates him, and it's kind of different and it's refreshing because, like I said before, Luffy has kind of been cruising on easy mode ever since unlocking Gear 5. You know, this is a very big challenge to him, even bigger than what was happening in Egghead. So he starts tearing into him, and Gaban, I think compared to Shanks and Rayleigh, Gaban has been a lot more pragmatic and realistic about this becoming the Pirate King. It's not a walk in the park. Like I said, I think Rayleigh and Shanks, I think they coddled him a little bit more than what we're seeing now. And, in Elbaf, Gaban has not only been giving it to Luffy, he's also been pretty hard on Zoro and Sanji himself. What the Straw Hats are trying to do has only been accomplished one time, so it isn't an easy feat. You're going to have enemies gunning for your position. Other pirates, marines are going to come after you. Just because you have a new form, Gear 5, and became an emperor, you can't afford to get cocky. Case in point, everything that's happening on Elbaf. You have the king of the world right in front of you. He's trying to take your friend's island over. He wants to turn the giants into warriors. He's trying to take the kids, and you are not prepared to save them. If you die here, your friends, Elbaf, etc. are in danger. So if you thought things was going to be rainbows and sunshines, then just go home. And Luffy gets pissed off during this whole exchange and plans on punching Gaban when it's all said and done. Again, I really enjoyed that speech from Gaban because I really think it hits home, because we know the Roger Pirates were too early and someone after him would uncover everything, and it's clear as day. I'm pretty sure we all know 100% that it's Luffy. He's the guy that the Roger Pirates were waiting on. Raleigh, Shanks, and now Gaban are seeing this in real time. And I feel like Gaban thinks it's disrespectful to Roger's memory and legacy that Luffy isn't taking this as seriously as he should. The tune physics, the eyes popping out of the heads, spinning enemies around like pizza is only going to get you so far. You still have to be better for what you're aiming to be. And again, Emu stands by and watches all of this, which maybe to him, it could be a bit funny seeing a reincarnation of Joy Boy getting reprimanded by an old man, but who knows? Gaban and Emu, they get back to fighting. And when Gaban and Emu start talking, Emu confirms that he does want to kill Luffy because he reminds him of Joy Boy. Emu also starts to get a bit curious about who Gaban really is and what he knows. Gaban just says he heard it from Joy Boy himself, but he's not focused on the past. He just wants to see his captain dreams to the end. And in a cool panel, he says his whole name, Goldie Rogers. Goldie Roger. We get a quick flashback about Emu. He seems disgusted that a D would become the king of pirates. And to stop his fame from getting out, we knew from way back that the papers would constantly refer to Roger as Gold Roger. Emu also asked why they would go so far to protect Luffy. Luffy. And like I stated earlier, Roger and them, they knew they were too early and that Luffy was the chosen one, and for Emu to go this far, he's practically admitting that Roger is right. Gaban winds up for an attack, but we know in One Piece, age really does play a factor in your fighting abilities. Gaban is not in his prime anymore, and he was already hurt some chapters ago by Summer's Devil Fruit. Luffy is still holding a grudge against Gaban, and Gaban and Emu, they continue to fight some more, where they're knocked into the realm of the dead, and Emu is actually bleeding from his attacks, although that could be because of his time limit of being away from the Holy Land. But you know what? I'm going to give Gaban his props for right now. So we're going to say Gaban is doing damage to Emu. Usopp and Nami, they feel how strong the attacks are, and Nami thinks it's Luffy, but Usopp states it's from someone else. It seems like these last couple of chapters, Usopp's Haki has been starting to kick in recently. And with the final page, we see Gaban laid out on the floor with his arm gone, and Luffy realizes this. So this makes 2 members of the Roger Pirates who have sacrificed a limb protecting Luffy, and that right there, it concludes the chapter. To my knowledge, we don't get a break, so yay for that. It was overall another good chapter. I think many of us knew it wasn't going to end too good for Gaban, but I think he showed out, and I think he impressed me and hopefully other fans. We know how deaths are in One Piece, so while he may not die, he is definitely going to be out of commission, but maybe, just maybe, he can see his captain's dreams come true. Only time will tell. If you are still listening, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all enjoyed the chapter. Now, question, do you feel Gaban was impressive this chapter? Did he have a point about Luffy becoming the Pirate King? And overall, what did you think about this chapter? Please comment below, and like always, please like and subscribe, and we will be here for the following chapter. And if there are any other manga series you want to hear, please check in. And on that note, JSBN St. Patrick, I'm out.